It's the blind leading the blind.
No, this is good. Listen, shut the fuck up, Randy. Look how good that looks.
Never been your beast of burden.
Live from Studio 4B.
Live from Studio 4B in
Turn on
downtown
the mics, Randy.
Quincy. Club.
Live from Studio 4B. There you go. Okay, here we go.
Downtown.
Light them up, boys and girls.
Do you have your hand cam on?
Yep.
All right.
Sweet.
So you just were singing
Do it again.
Beast of Burden.
Never been a beast of mine.
Okay, so one of my really
God.
good friends used to think that song was I'll never leave your pizza burning. And from that day forward, I was like, yeah, we're not leaving your pizza burning.
Oh, that's awesome.
My
I
second
love that.
favorite Stone song.
Really?
Yeah.
Any other misheard lyrics? I mean, obviously, Tony Danza. but-
Tony.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was,
All my lyrics are whatever.
So jealousy, I always thought was, hey Chelsea.
hey, jealousy.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey,
Chelsea.
Did you,
Hey Chelsea.
I thought it was always Angels See.
Yeah. See, we're all wrong.
you were mentioning Tiny Dancer, a great biopic is Rocket Man with Taron
yeah.
Egerton as
Yeah.
Elton John. And the I'm Still Standing thing at the end, this kills me.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
So the last club we had with who was it? Bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bill Stearns.
And we were talking about our favorite concerts. I don't know if I mentioned Elton John.
You went to see Elton John.
I did with my mom, my husband, and one of my best friends,
Ooh, I
and
bet
it was
those tickets
perhaps
were-
one of, they were, but it was worth it. And his last tour.
Where was it?
St. Louis. It was in, I think, what's considered
Enterprise.
Yeah.
Was it Enterprise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just a really cool. And when we were growing up, my mom would always listen to Elton John, and I would throw a fit because I was a young dumbass. And she said, "This is the music I'm listening to because I'm giving you a ride. So if you don't want to listen to it, get out." And we got out.
My kids.
Wait,
grew
you got
up-
out?
I got out of her car and walked home from the mall. And
Elton
after
John
that,
made you that mad?
no, it was just because I was being contrary, like we were talking about before. But
Yeah.
then after that, Luke and I would go home and we would dance in the living room with my mom to Elton John, and it was just a very meaningful moment.
My kids grew up with Ellen's CDs in her Dodge Caravan, and the rotation was Billy Joel,
Okay,
Garth Brooks,
perfect.
Elton John,
Yes.
Bon Jovi.
I knew I loved Ellen.
And yeah, so we've seen Bon Jovi, and we saw Billy Joel and Sting a couple years ago, and that was fantastic. And we see Sammy Hagar every time he's in St. Louis, and we're going to go again in here next month.
I always call
So-
him the Red Rocket.
Red Rocker.
Yeah.
Red Rocker.
Red
And
Rocket.
But he's gonna be there with Michael Anthony and the Van Halen guys. It'll be a good one too. Nice
Wham!
So,
Sorry,
I,
guys.
Okay.
Time to wake
I
up.
got to interview Josh Holland from the Josh Holland band.
not
Yeah.
Tom Holland.
That's
another story.
That's another story for another day. R.I.P. to my cider.
We think.
Anyway, but I got to interview Josh Holland from the Josh Holland Band. You can see it on Muddy River Morning Show, and we'll have that airing Saturday as well. But he's excited about Rock and Rev, and one of the songs that his band covers is Tyler Childers.
Childers.
I always say that wrong.
Yeah.
Frost, which they're not. He said that was like his favorite song to cover. They're not doing that one because it's like more of an acoustic thing, and I think he does those solo. But like it made me think, I'm like, oh, that's the next concert that I'm lined up to see is the Tyler Childers at Riverport. I feel like everyone in Quincy is going to be there.
Oh, 100%.
It's one of those ones where, it was kind of like Tom
Matchbox
Petty.
20. Yeah, I met Tom Petty.
Where-
Yeah, Matchbox
where
20, all of the above, yeah.
Everyone I'm like, how are you walking around this place? And it's like, hey,
Well, Blues Traveler obviously will be big when they're here. That's going to be a lot of fun. I think the State Fair lineup's huge. I know Lainey Wilson's there,
Yeah,
so it's going
that's
to be
huge.
massive. Before we get into other stuff, I want to surprise you guys on some sports stuff.
You're going to surprise us?
Sports!
The North Shelby Raiders are heading to the Class 1A state baseball tournament playing Ozark, Missouri.
That sounds like a big deal.
Do you know who they defeated earlier this week?
Somebody that we know.
The Frogs.
They defeated Cooter High School.
Cooter?
I just went on.
How come I couldn't go to a
Yeah,
Cooter High
dang.
School?
Cooter High School is
Where's that at?
the Boo Heel of Missouri. way down south, about 10, 15 miles from the Arkansas line.
All right.
Cooter.
I kind of like it. I love how you
The
keep saying
Cooter
cooter.
Wildcats.
All right.
No other, that's their nicknames, the Wildcats. So it's nothing like the Cooter Beavers. or
My
anything,
cooter's
which I
a
thought it should
wildcat
have
too.
been.
Ah, boom, boom.
I thought they should have been the Beavers. But anyway, but yeah, North Shelby's playing. They'll be playing in Ozark, Missouri in the state tournament next week. So congratulations to the Raiders.
That's cool.
They beat,
Yeah.
they beat that Cooter.
Congratulations.
Oh my God.
Really blasting it off here.
I went to
Played good
Cooters
high school.
on the Water last weekend.
What?
It's
Where's
a place
that?
in Peoria. It's crazy because it's just like a little shack type restaurant. I mean, it
Hole in the
wasn't
wall.
anything,
They're the best, dude.
but it was on the river.
That's cool.
And I mean, anytime you put anything on the river, people will go to it, even though the sun is beating down hot. And this was like, May.
Yeah.
And I asked them, I'm like, how is your June, July? We're packed. We're packed all
Yeah,
the time.
I'm sure it's probably like a Grafton and like the loading dock type
Exactly.
thing. Yeah. I know that the riverfront people are probably going to smack me for saying this because we've been vehemently, challenging
We
some
don't
of it, but we
have-
don't have that kind of thing. I wish we did. So if you can like scrape everything that's down there, all the grandfathered in businesses, and have a riverfront like
not
that,
gonna
it would be
happen.
so cool. Yeah.
But yeah, can we do a riverfront? Can we do a trap shoot range? Can we do a sporting complex? Can we do all this stuff that we all think we ought to have and everything?
Uh-huh.
I think we need to focus.
With unlimited pockets, we just don't have that, which is unfortunate. You know what we do have here today? A drink that smells like a GD Band-Aid.
Oh my gosh.
I
know.
cannot get over this.
Y'all make fun of my
Stop.
scotch all the time.
And then just that big sigh. Now we are all smelling it too.
Yeah, right? Like, it's not bad enough coming
You
from...
drink it.
But here's the thing. We are in a very cool new studio.
Yeah.
I feel bougie. He's got big ice cubes. That's bougie.
Big ice balls.
Big ice.
We
ice
are... Listen, we are moving on up, and I think it's so cool.
You are Wheezy Jefferson.
This
You know
is
what? You know what's funny? I do kind of relate. She is a badass.
God rest her soul.
She was. Thank you for wrecking my moment.
Well, Jefferson
I still watch-
the 70s.
I still watch
Me TV
reruns,
or whatever.
and
Yeah,
she
yeah.
was like she was in charge in a time where
I
women
dance
weren't
like
in
George
charge.
Jefferson, if you've ever seen George Jefferson dance.
You do? It was like this.
Oh yeah, it was sweet. Yeah,
Yeah.
very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we're really
Sorry.
happy to have the new studio.
Work in
Randy
progress,
Phillips
though,
put a lot-
right?
Yes, we'll be tweaking it. Randy Phillips put a lot of work into it, and but yeah, we're gonna have all of our stuff over here now, and we're not tripping over each other in the other room where we can
Very
just
exciting.
do business, news, and sales and stuff. And here we can come here and do our podcast and stuff. So
Yeah.
it's nice, and I'm glad we were able to make this happen. Thank my partners, Jim Rapp and Mike Kincher for their support, and then thank Randy Phillips for his hard work, and thank Brittany and Ashley for their decorating input.
I did nothing, guys. Thank you, Brittany.
Yeah.
It's like,
She knows it's true.
If you
so it's
watched
like-
the morning show earlier today, though, the morning show looks really
yes,
cool.
yes. Okay, so there's nothing
I was
behind the sound.
watching it. Randy was producing it, and I was just kind of watching the background. I'm like, man, that looks really
I
good.
have to move all my plants from the studio that's over there to this studio, and those plants have been stationary for like 5 years in this window.
It's a big deal.
So I'm a little nervous about the plant moving. I feel like my fiddle fig is just gonna break.
No, we're gonna make sure that
Oh,
it's safe and
It's
sound.
about time to like just cut them off though, because like with fiddle figs, you're supposed to like,
Yeah.
it's called the big chop. Yeah, like you take that and you take it down. I just don't want to. I don't know, but it's supposed to be big growth, and I think that's very
That's-
symbolic.
I was gonna say what
You have to like cut something to allow the growth to happen.
What are we cutting?
I guess my fiddle fig.
cheese.
I don't know.
Always.
What are we cutting?
The cheese. Okay, so also I just wanted to, okay, so the move, all the things that you're seeing are not, they're going to continue to improve, but if you have ideas for us, I think it's
tweaking.
really cool to get impact or input from other people who are like, maybe you should do this, maybe you should do that. Not saying we'll take it all in, but we definitely will chew on
Except
it.
my corner of the world, which I'm not messing with. And
You are.
Yes, you are.
You are. You're taking suggestions from your
Yeah.
partners in crime here,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
and Bobby's Corner will be,
It'll be
an
different.
amazing corner once it all.
It's pretty cool. Anyway,
Just a
okay.
little-
We
a
digress very hard there. Okay, so that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about something not so fun. Do you want to talk about, what do you want to talk about first?
I don't know.
Well, so there's the
You go,
PE
girl.
teachers.
Let's talk about that first.
That's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always had a different thought process on it. I'm not saying that I'm going against the grain. I do think that there are things that need to be hashed out. But now there's something happening with the PE teachers that they could be potentially
Well, again, we're
Reemployed?
waiting, we're waiting
Or whatever
to
it
hear
takes.
what the Illinois State Board of Education rules, and if, as the Denman principal said, a favorable ruling, which I really don't know what that means, but if they have a ruling that apparently exonerates them in somebody's eyes, then they will be eligible for rehire within the district. So I don't know how that's going to work out. I don't know if that's going to happen. The school district has told us that ISB hasn't made a decision. I think next week we're going to reach out to ISB directly and kind of start
ISB,
leaning on them.
Illinois State Board of
Illinois State Board
Education.
Education,
Correct.
yes.
Can ISB determine whether or not something is criminal or not?
No, it would just be that it was.
The law is the law,
But so
but there is some subjectiveness that comes into their actions versus the law.
But
There always is.
QPD was involved earlier, Quincy Police Department, they were involved early in it. There's no criminal action by them. The Department of Child and Family Services said there was nothing criminal.
But they
said they're a
can't
little bit
determine that.
inappropriate, is what
but they
said.
can't really determine that, right?
I don't know.
Also, like, couldn't this just go forth with like different civil suits after the fact?
Sure.
So
but-
every
but
parent
I mean,
that feels like
but
their
if-
child was violated, even though the ruling happens, whatever
could always
happens, they
be-
could all take them to
there could
civil
always-
court.
it
But
could always
also
go
look
off
at
on
the- Look at
tangents.
the other way, though. I mean, if the teachers are completely exonerated, then maybe the teachers feel they have grounds for suits. Who knows? I mean,
It could go a lot of different ways. I think that it's an unfortunate situation all the way around. I think that the Quincy School Board, by reinstating them, regardless of what I think personally, is committing political and social and educational suicide.
I totally agree, because not only is it affecting the parents that, send their children to these schools, but it's also affecting the teachers.
Yeah.
So like we've said, have been on paid administrative leave for an entire year. So basically,
a lot of money.
But basically what this is saying is, hey, you can do something inappropriate, but
It's
not
setting-
criminal,
it's
but not
setting
criminal.
It's setting a precedent.
And we'll give you a paid vacation for a year.
Yeah, it's setting a
and in the
precedent.
time of where we are all at with a teacher shortage, I just think,
I think that
it's
plays
dangerous.
into it.
You're also coming up on the teacher union contract to be ended here shortly, where they
after
can.
the next school year.
Okay, so I mean, this is gonna play into it though. So that contract ends, and they get to. I feel like this is gonna reflect on this extremely. Unfairness all around, in my opinion, both for the teachers and especially the parents that feel like their children were violated.
Well, and the parents who actually went out on a limb to do this, to come out, they came to us. And, basically everybody kind of blew them off. And the school board didn't listen to them. School board took no action, did nothing until we ran the story.
But then they did take action, and they took the superintendent, Dr. Todd Pettit, out of the position that he was in. So yes, you did take action into it.
Well, mutual separation.
Well, I think it's
Sure.
kind of this thing where we're going to do something, but we have to watch what we're doing to the individuals, knowing that all of these side lawsuits could come in, right? So there's a lot of things that are unknown at this point. There are also some things that we know that probably were handled incorrectly, I think, from the get-go. It's just unfortunate all the way around.
Know how many people, and we'll discuss this in the future. We're going to have some future interviews, I think, on the Daily Muddy and stuff like that. But how many people are going to take their kids out of the Quincy public school system and
and on
gear
the-
towards homeschooling?
Yes, homeschooling.
Or go to parochials.
Or
But
go
then
to-
you also have teachers that are exiling too.
If teachers are retiring in mass,
Not just that, they're leaving their career.
and leaving their career, yes.
So there's a lot of side effects that are happening, not necessarily just because of this position, but because I truly feel like our educational system, not just in Illinois, not just in Quincy, is a mess.
Yeah.
And until we start really focusing on what, our kids are what should be leading the charge, like what are we doing here? And
think that's the most
until we
upsetting for
figure it
me.
out.
Personally, like, is the fact that, like, we trust you with our children, and these are children, and I understand that, like you said, there's lawsuits, unions, things that play into this, but in the grand scheme of things, like you just said, they're still children.
Yeah.
And we failed them.
How are we making sure that we're advocating for not only the children, the parents who are trusting these children in the care of the teachers, but also the teachers? And I do think it's possible. I just think that we have taken so much from, I think it's greed. I'll just throw it out there. I think that there's funding in place. I think that there are things in place that we're like, you know what, I deserve more money. Teachers do, obviously. How are we getting that money? We're following a curriculum that doesn't really teach kids anything. I could go on about this for days. But we have lost sight of what's really important, and that's the future of not only our city, our state, our country, the world. There are so many things that we could do differently and better, and no one wants to take that stand because, I don't want to say no one, but it's hard to fight the man when you have things like this that kind of distract from the ultimate goal, which is teaching our children. It's unfortunate, and people suffer, and most importantly, our kids suffer, and we have to get to the bottom of it, fix it the best way we can, and then learn from it and move forward.
Some people are working on making a change. Like I said before, we were going to have some future Daily Muddy interviews. I'm looking forward to that one. The Quincy Homeschooling Conference will happen at the end of June. We're going to hear from the creator of that, as well as some people that are involved with it.
can't
Looking
wait for
forward
that.
to that. And I'm not saying like homeschooling is the answer, because
It is for some people.
it is, but let's be realistic that some people just can't take that on.
It's not feasible for a lot of people, but if you can, this conversation is going to be good to show you
Yeah.
what to expect.
There are options, but at the same time, I think we need to fix our main option. And I'm really, really hoping that, the teachers have a break over the summer, especially St. Ellen.
Yeah. And where is
Dinner better be on the table. when I
Yeah,
get
right.
home.
Don't even say that. She earns a
asked-
break.
But it was. Today, I guess she messaged him and she goes, "What's for dinner?"
Like, you've been home all day.
Listen, she deserves a break.
Yes.
Okay,
All the teachers
100%.
deserve a break.
Food truck.
I don't
dinner.
care. Anyway,
They need a refresh.
yeah, they need
Everybody
a refresher.
needs
They
to
need a
refresh
wind
from
down.
this.
They need a break.
She's going to summer. She's working at summer school.
Also, can we ask the burning question that I think has kind of gone under the radar because we're so distracted? Where the hell is the lottery, and why isn't that applying to our teachers in our schools?
It did.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does anybody have?
It did, and then they took the money that they were giving them and diverted that.
There we
So
go.
they said, "Here you go. Here's your extra money. Oh, the money you were getting beforehand, we're going to pull that."
Okay,
Yeah.
so we probably need to ask
That was years ago.
deeper
Yes.
questions.
They screwed that up a long time
Yeah.
ago.
So there we go. Anyway, dang, next subject.
I think it's time for a break.
All right.
Yes, we're going to take a break, and we'll have the second half of the show right after this.
You can help.
Be a hero to the families.
You can be a hero to your community.
Justice is for everyone.
So let's not start there, please.
Where are we starting?
Here.
Wherever. You tell me when you're ready to go.
Oh, I think we're back.
I've been recording for quite a while.
Okay.
We're back.
We're back.
So, second half
Okay.
of the show.
So
And
then
remember, I'm in charge.
He is in charge, yes.
I see that like
I want to give some kudos to the mayor for some good government because they've eliminated a position in city government, and I think that's saving the taxpayer dollars. There's no longer a deputy city clerk, so kudos.
Okay.
What's a deputy city clerk?
What's that mean?
I think they basically do anything the city clerk tells them to do, and we don't have one
The
anymore.
deputy city clerk is in charge of the city clerk.
No. You don't understand how deputies are not in charge. Deputies are like number twos. Like city clerk, deputy.
I better not be the deputy.
Well, so eliminating the deputy means that there's still a city clerk. She
No.
just doesn't have a report.
She doesn't have
A direct
person
report?
in her office anymore who works for her
essentially
directly.
a secretary.
No, no. I mean,
Assistant?
Yes, assistant is better.
So if you
than
talk about a
secretary.
deputy
Executive
sheriff,
assistant.
a sheriff's deputy, it reports to the sheriff.
Yes.
Is that kind of the same
Yes.
gig? Okay.
But they
So
eliminated that position because the woman who was the deputy city clerk took another position within city government.
So
But
we
we've
didn't-
had, and they're not refilling that position. And we have had,
Oh, okay.
but the other thing is, we
Was
have
this
had.
other position already in effect?
Yeah.
Like it was already
Yeah,
a
like,
paid
so she
position?
filled-
She went to work in another department.
Okay.
But she filled an empty
God,
position.
I'm so sorry.
Good Lord, woman.
I'm sorry. It's
Just
this
throw the
stupid wood
coaster.
thing.
So we no longer have a deputy city clerk, but we have gone through a myriad of deputy city clerks
love
over the
that
last
word.
few years. Like that word? So now we don't.
Why do you think?
I don't know why that is, but I do know that when Brittany was mayor for the day, she dealt with the city clerk. That was fun, right?
Yes, no, now that you say that, now I'm remembering, and I'm like, who's the city clerk? And now I remember everything, and everything is coming back to me.
What is the city
All
clerk's
coming back to
job?
me now.
She does,
Meatloaf.
she really does it all. Like, I mean, she has to, like, keep the shiz together. So I will hand her that, and that's got to probably pee you off when
Yeah, you're probably pretty cynical when you're dealing with public and city.
And then
But you're
the
an
mayor
elected
for the
official.
day, which they probably intended for a 12-year-old child, comes in and it's the reporter
the BB.
from Muddy River News.
Muddy River News.
Yeah.
Well, you did bid on it
Yeah.
and win, so you got it
I
fairly.
did, but so Randy captured this picture, and that was like our head picture for the mayor for the day thing, and it was giving some hard side eye. I was like, what did I do? But
Well, to be fair,
I invaded their space. I get it.
well,
but
and maybe
I
she
bid
has
on
a
it.
really impossible job.
She probably does. I do remember vaguely hearing from people that, though, when I was coming in there. Now, this is under Mike
Trope.
Trope's, I guess, his command or whatever. I'm not sure
Well,
who
he was one
decided
term.
it. But
And he got bounced.
every city employee was instructed to take everything basically off their desk. We didn't want anything for
Yeah, I get that.
basically me to see.
Well, not necessarily
in me and my
the
film
media.
crew,
Okay, yeah.
Mr. Randy
Randy.
Phillips,
Crew.
and the crew,
He's two life
Mr.
crew.
Mr. Randy Phillips. And I didn't realize this until after the fact. I had a lot of people telling me this after. Oh, I had to clean my desk because of you, Brittany. And I'm like, what? What are you
do you
talking
think
about?
it's to hide things, or do you think it's to portray a
Why?
good picture of the city council? Because you don't want a messy desk. I mean,
think,
I
yeah.
do that when customers come into our facility. Clean your shit up.
Yeah, I
Make sure
agree.
it looks nice.
Yeah.
So we
Messy
don't
desk
have
is
to.
a busy desk and a good desk, a
Well,
productive desk.
I've seen your desk, and
Yes,
I just.
My
exactly.
desk is so much better than your desk.
But here's the thing.
And I'm productive.
So we
And-
all.
Yeah, I am.
And I'm
I
not.
think
I'm
we're
not
all
saying you're
productive.
not. I'm saying there's.
We're about
there's
to- we're
I'm
about
saying
to see the
there's
boxing
two
match
different.
of-
There's two
No, I
different
think there's
styles.
So here's what I'm saying. Without being controversial, without digging, I mean, obviously she was giving you the side eye. Maybe she thought she was waiting on a 12-year-old child, and when you walked in, hot to trot, she was like, oh, great, what do we have going on here?
Oh, they
And you
knew.
work for local media,
Yes.
okay? So when
They knew it
you're
was
working
coming.
for the city, you probably would have, if you were working for the city and you saw local media personnel come in, you'd probably be like, shit.
You know what
right?
I would have done? I would have taken all whatever pictures on my desk and made them to be like something subliminal, hoping, just crossing my fingers that they got that on the camera
Yeah.
or whatever.
But then all the guys
I
having
get
to clean off their desks
Yeah.
may not have to do with like confidential. It's
No,
like,
no.
let's look at our
I
city
get
in a
it.
good light.
I get it.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to bring about.
No,
like,
I totally understand. I just remember like when people were telling, it was like, oh Brittany,
But they all like the drama
did it
too.
Again, you did it again, and guess what? They're never doing it again because
No, they have not established it. She was the
Really?
last.
Yeah.
She was the last mayor for a
The
day.
mayor for a day is done.
Yeah,
it's
she was
not
it.
on QPS bid
They
anymore.
haven't done it.
because
They don't do it anymore,
I
yeah.
attend all the QPS
Mayor Linda
dream
Moore
bigs.
should reestablish that. I think.
Well,
And maybe make a stipulation and say, this is for children and or
well,
whatever.
I don't think you need to have a stipulation.
Whatever.
We don't have anything to
Stipulations.
hide. City council is city council. The mayor's
you and
office
Adam
is.
Booth.
That's what I was going to
bidding.
say. Do you remember who? No, it was actually Jess
Jess.
Booth bidding for Adam. Little did I know. So we're like back and forth. And either way, you would have had a nightmare in there. So I feel like
I don't think it's a nightmare. I think
Booze
it's
cost me a couple
hilarious.
$100 or whatever, so it was
Yeah.
fine.
I think it's
So-
great.
But yeah, I mean, again, but you look at the, they eliminate this
But
position.
making cuts is what we're talking about here.
And
that's
when
important.
you're making cuts because you have other things you want to do.
Hmm?
You want, again, we talked about the riverfront, although we don't know where the riverfront status is right now. We've talked about the trap range. We've talked
But
about.
those cuts don't affect these
They
events.
shouldn't, not at all.
No,
Not at
that's-
all.
Well, there are different buckets, but I think
Yes.
that if you're talking about conservative spending and you're also talking about cuts, that is a really tough decision to make, especially if you are cutting an entire position. I've seen it. It's not easy, especially if that's the way your business has run for so long. It's hard to delegate those responsibilities. So I think that's a really probably tough but responsible decision to make.
But then who does it fall on is my question. So like, is the productivity going to be
They're
different?
It's gonna go on the city clerk.
Does poor Laura have to have?
No, I
Or
looked
maybe they
at,
hire an actual assistant that's not classified as a deputy.
I looked at they're going to diversify the duties amongst different offices.
There we
some
go.
Of the other, some of the other duties that she had. So
Which, I mean, we always talk about trimming the fat. I think this is, I'm not saying that the deputy clerk was
No,
fat.
but
I'm
let's
just saying
just-
this is a way to,
Also, let's be real.
Saves.
Sorry, we might have eliminated this position, but how many different positions did we create in this new era with Linda Moore? Like, I don't know how many actual new positions she's created.
I don't
but
know.
In regards to, I know David Adams.
that was no, he filled a position. I don't think that was a created position, was it?
I kind of thought it was like because it's being the director of.
No, because Jason Parrott took Chuck Bevelheimer's spot.
Okay.
So David took Jason Parrott's old spot.
Okay.
the only one I know that was created, which was completely necessary because
Kristen
I called
Neiman.
for it for a long time, was
Absolutely.
Kristen Neiman.
I-
and
I-
here's what I said because but trope, and this is not a knock to him, he was radio silence.
Oh, and like
And we
she
deserve
would have
more
helped
than
him
that,
so
right?
much during. I absolutely
Yeah.
think her position is
It's integral.
necessary.
Yeah.
I've never seen so much communication
No,
with
that's
the city.
what we want. We want
we deserve
stuff
it.
from them.
This is
Yes.
and kudos to Linda Moore and her campaign behind that because I honestly, I've been paying attention to news. I think in the last 6-7 years, six,
What?
seven,
Oh, boy.
and
Five
I've
at
never, man. I have never seen so much communication, and I do think that that's
Coast to
admirable. We always think that somebody's trying to hide something. So again, I was kind of being facetious with my desk stuff.
It's human nature to think that we're being bamboozled. I think that is human nature when
It
it
is.
comes to governmental
Yeah.
bodies.
So the
because
open-
that's what we've been taught.
Open
right?
communication.
Yeah.
I like to see that. Also, it just makes everything, I feel like, just flow, Even if the communication might, and I'm not knocking, but like everything is politics. So even
Well,
if the
it's-
communication isn't the most genuine, it's still,
But there also
It's-
has
it
to
helps.
be there has to be a controlled environment when it comes to communication, especially when we're talking about
politics.
anything
Government?
because especially local, you have to make sure that you're using the right terminology because we have seen keyboard warriors come out in droves that attack you and then people it's like this vortex of BS and it does nothing but drag you down as a cancer, right? So we don't need that as a city. So I am fully behind giving the information like as it's necessary.
Well, it's also, you gotta remember the city shut off the comments on its Facebook page.
I was gonna just talk about that or ask you about that. Like I know we've talked about it before, but what are your thoughts on
I have a
that?
thought. So you have a PR person. That person could also take on that task of moderating, mediating. You don't have to delete all comments because I think that
deal with every knucklehead out there though, because
Yeah.
they can't delete comments.
Oh, so
they can't delete
you can
comments.
hide-
They're
you can
government
hide
body. They
comments.
can't.
But
no,
they can't
no,
hide.
government can't.
It's not
They cannot.
deleting, it's hiding.
I don't
hiding.
think they can.
Sure you
I don't
can.
think a government body can.
On
No,
Facebook, you
no,
can
no,
delete
no,
or
no,
hide
no, no,
anything.
no.
You might be right.
Nope, a
And
government
that's part of
body
it.
cannot.
We'll
a
have to
public
ask-
body cannot.
No, I think he's absolutely right.
Well, we'll have
and
to
that
do
was the
some
reason
digging.
behind the
We
decision.
can,
But
when
my
people are
thing
idiots,
is,
but they can't.
I don't know, like
I don't like it.
if you did create the position of Chris and Neiman being the communicator,
Mm-hmm.
then yeah, I think that task should be taken on. I mean, I'm thinking of it how like I moderate our Facebook
You
to
do.
make sure,
And you
and I've
want
got
to
I feel like if we
900
didn't
other
have
tasks.
so many freaking knuckleheads.
Exactly. I'm not going to
But-
frickin' give credence to every Tom, Dick, and Harry out there who makes some
but I do
asinine
think
comment.
that
But our following is just as almost as big, if not
Bigger.
more
Oh, sure it
than
is. I
mean, I
the City of
also-
Quincy's
Sure it is.
Facebook page.
we've
So
also talked about
if
this
we
before.
can handle this.
No, but I also
we
have a
got
problem
this.
with, and I don't want to go against our grain here, but I have a problem with any media silencing people unless they're
Sorry.
being threatening. I know, but I think it's like
We do,
have to.
but you say threatening.
You have to
So
find your.
our-
You have to find your balance, and you have to find your rules, and you have to stick to your convictions. I do agree with that. I don't know how you toe that line between free speech and
You
not.
don't get to say certain things about us, any of us. And
I
get
do
away
agree with
it.
that.
So our criteria.
On Facebook, or on the AI here, government bodies generally cannot delete Facebook comments on official pages because official social media channels function as public forums, removing comments or blocking users based on their viewpoints.
Yep.
It's a First Amendment
You
violation.
got to either have them and regulate them or not have them. And I think government has better things to do than sit there and frickin' police Facebook. I'm sorry.
I understand that, but it's also like silencing
Great,
everyone.
then show up at a meeting and talk if you want.
Not everyone can show up at meetings.
Sure they can.
Also-
if they really
no-
want to,
No, but,
sure they can.
but times are changing, so Facebook is where people are getting this stuff, and obviously people.
If you're going to be a jackwagon,
Not everybody's a jackwagon who wants to comment. Not everyone.
Also, okay, so we have.
I don't know.
when you
I'm
say-
so torn between
But when you
this.
say it, we do have like pretty clear
Standards.
standards.
Yeah.
And maybe I should probably do better in writing those standards clear as day, I guess, under our Facebook description. But it's basically, we do not tolerate, like you said, any threats, any acts of violence. If you're coming
Libel.
at somebody and
Defamation.
libel, defamation.
that the other
I
thing,
do agree
the
with
other
all
big
that.
thing one is when you're attacking someone for physical appearance, and that's your argument.
Yeah.
I'm not allowing that.
Yeah.
I
Like,
do
sorry.
understand that, but
Like,
when you're talking about a city council live stream and you've shut off all comments, I understand the reason that a few ruined it for everyone,
Yeah.
but I think we have to do better at accommodating because you can't just shut everything
so
down.
you do think
I think we have to do better at. There has to be another way. I'm not saying what they did was wrong, and I'm not saying that they have to reinstate comments, but we have to do
But if
something
you-
better that
if-
allows for people to comment on those things because a lot of people get
But
their
if you're
information
not
from there.
allowed to delete comments,
But if you have something that is defamatory or libel
But
or
as
something, then
Randy
you can
just
report
said-
it.
no, reporting bullshit. Facebook is so bad about that.
I know.
We-
That's-
we-
I'm like,
we've
I don't
had
have
that
the answer.
situation.
I don't have the
Facebook,
answer.
No reaction to that. They're terrible. They're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. Bullshit, it wasn't bad.
I just
No.
wonder if there's a better way.
Yeah, he's right about the whole technically if they put something super defamatory on there and slanderous towards, say, a different business that has nothing to do with it, and
Yeah.
you legally can't.
Yeah.
It gets
I'm not-
in a
yeah,
gray
I
and
know.
ugly area.
Brittany said I was right twice tonight. By
Whatever.
The way. Let's remember that.
One thing that I do want to point out, though, I recognize Linda Moore, our mayor, said at one point in time that she wished that social media could be
Go away?
basically illegal in the city.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's a bit much. But the problem is,
I'm just asking, what are your thoughts?
I mean, I have a
no,
thought.
it shouldn't be illegal.
I have a thought.
People should be able to respond, but God,
I have a thought.
respond responsibly.
You're not going to be able to do that.
Make
My
a
thought
make a-
is, I wish social media never came about.
I totally am going to disagree about all of this. I think that it is the connection that brings us together.
It's the town
It
square.
is something that, like, if you use it for good, good things will happen. Hence,
If you look at the pros and cons of social
but
media,
hence Muddy River. We've gained our notoriety on social media. I myself made a name for myself on social media. Like, so
About
without
half our
social
website
media,
traffic comes from social
without
media.
social media, I would
I'm not
not have
saying
that.
that
And
I'm not-
also, I want the connection because I feel like we are so busy in our lives, and you still want that connection with people. The best thing, and so I was the I know I've talked about this before. I was the anti-Facebook. Would not get on Facebook all throughout college. Everyone's like, you need to get on a Facebook. I'm like, ew, F a Facebook. Like, I don't want people to know where I'm at or what I'm doing. That was my life before. Then I had my daughter, and everybody wanted pictures of my daughter. And you had to print them at Walgreens or whatever. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you know. So then I decided, all right, I'm getting the Facebook. And I just added my family. And it was only family and close friends to share photos of my daughter. But then, just like anything, and I guess I can see as I'm talking about this, it turned into a beast. It warped
I guess I have a
into
different-
the,
Okay.
Oh my God,
the thing
those
that
Spring
it
Street
is.
bathroom selfies.
so I guess
Hey!
here's the thing. I'm not averse to social media. I'm averse to the way that it is being controlled by an algorithm. I'm averse to the way that we're being taught certain things that don't really, they don't apply to us as human beings. They're just fed to us. I don't like the way that we're being turned against one another. I don't like the way that it has created divisiveness in the fact that we all have something to say. So I'm not averse to having a platform that connects us all. I'm averse to the way that it's been used against us. I'm averse to the way that it's been used against us.
Social media abuse.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not shame on this guy who's being an idiot by commenting something on the city council. It's shame on letting that happen to begin with. Like, by creating that monster, because social media definitely created that monster.
Yeah.
That is like, I have an opinion and I want to share it because I want likes. That is something that a genius created on purpose. And if you've ever listened to podcasts with Zuckerberg or Altman or anything, there are people involved in this that are less than interested in the humanity of it all.
No,
and
yeah,
I'm averse to
yeah.
that.
Yeah,
no,
I get that.
absolutely.
So I'm not for censorship. I'm not against it when it comes to people being violent. But I think that we've all fallen victim to this thing that we're deciding, is it good or bad?
But our thing is, if you slander, defame, libel, whatever, you're blocked. You're done. We're not letting you on anymore.
Sure.
Also, it's so crazy how many people do just like slander people, and they don't realize that they're actually.
But have you noticed that these profiles are either anonymous or fake, and they're just there to create waves?
There's
Or
some
bots.
people. I mean, I know them, and they're just talking out of their ass.
But would they do that if they were face to face with
No,
you?
but you're saying
No,
this,
keyboard
but
warriors.
little do they know. And my thing
What a
is, like,
pussy.
man, how many of you know, like, you're putting this out there that so and so or this business does this, or I just saw something recently about Taco Bell and something, and I'm
Bed
like,
bugs.
yeah, I'm like, dude, when
You're
you
diminishing
say that,
their business, and
you're gonna get sued by Taco Bell, bro.
Or
Yeah.
are they wrong? I mean, I don't know. So where's
Well,
the
you
fine
gotta
line
prove
between
it.
do I want to go there because do I want to chance this? But then you've screwed.
You better have a lot of money if you're gonna
Yeah, but
make-
if they're doing it anonymously, how are they going to find out?
This person was not anonymous that said this, and I'm just like, oh God, bro, now
Well,
you're getting sued
and
by
again,
Taco Bell.
This is such a deep conversation that
Yeah,
none of us can figure it
The whole
out.
defamation issue, yeah. I mean, it's like, okay, if somebody's going to defame us, we're probably going to go after them. And
Oh, isn't that a perk of having a lawyer as an owner? Isn't that nice?
yeah, it is.
I mean, well, there's your sign.
There's your warning.
There's your warning.
There's
But here's
your
my
sign.
thing. As far as what started this conversation was the city council turning off comments. Is that legit? What are your thoughts?
If you're not going to police them,
I like the side because it's
if you're
a tough
not
thing.
going to police them and respond to every fucking moron
How do you
out
police
there,
them?
then you just don't mess with them.
Okay.
Our government has better things to do than police Facebook. Kristen Neiman makes a very nice salary. She's got a lot of shit to do. I don't think she needs to do this on top of that. So if you're, sorry, no. If you're going to be morons.
What do you think?
Well, I mean, I want to know what this nice salary is to not have to police Facebook
I think she
comments.
policed Facebook.
I'm kidding.
We reported it.
I'm kidding.
You make more. How's that?
I have to police these Facebook comments on top of everything else. And I'm not going to lie, half the time, I mean, I'm only of but one person. We are a very small company. We do our best to police those comments. I don't catch them right away all the time.
But you and Michelle do a wonderful job of looking in
But
there.
Michelle
and
gets
tuning
heartbroken.
in.
No, but
Oh
do
my
not
God.
pee Michelle off.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's
Don't
gonna-
piss her
she's
off.
gonna
I think she
F
needs.
you
We're
up,
not
dude.
talking letters here.
God.
She's
We're
gonna
talking piss.
F you up.
She really will. She is my hero.
Yeah, she's pretty
She
freaking
is like
badass.
she literally is like the reporter that I always like in my dreams aspired to
Bulldog.
be.
When you think of Bulldog reporters, it's Michelle.
she's good.
She's a fucking
And
badass.
but that always brings me back to, okay, so social media is great for the connection type thing, but it doesn't let you know this person for real. And I think that's where people are, they're commenting on something that they think they know this person and they really have no idea. So then you're like, they don't. So then it's like if you really knew her and if you had an interaction
great.
with her,
Oh my God.
she's an incredible human being. And people love to dog on her because they don't have to say it to her face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think is like we're being conditioned to say
But
whatever
that's
we
not
want.
only the public stuff. The private messages we get. And
Yes.
she and I haggle over those all the time. And I admit my skin is a little thicker. And she's...
Can you give me an example
All right,
of a?
come on. All right,
Can you give me an example of a private message?
Thicker. There's the difference between thick skin and just
I'm not taking shit.
not caring because I guess of your. But like, she cares. So much.
does.
She wears her
So
heart on
don't-
her sleeve, which
don't-
makes her a great
Yeah.
reporter.
Don't be like,
Just-
oh, I have thick skin. You just
No, she's...
don't care, Bobby.
I don't. It's like, F
Well,
y'all.
you're at a different.
Yeah, I
Okay, so
am.
let's not say I have thick skin. Let's say I have
No.
different skin because
Yeah.
you do have
Yeah.
different skin.
IDGAF, yeah.
Yeah, but she has.
There are certain triggers, yes, but there are also people who come after me or come after her or whatever that we have to deal with, and it's like, you just whatever. We'll swat them down, and that's what we do.
Okay. Well, I will say this: working for Muddy River News has given me a whole new insight to people, not only in Quincy, but people in our zeitgeist that I'm like, I never knew these people existed. It's kind of an eye-opening experience, but it's also, yeah, it's good to have people like you guys who are in our corner all the time, who are like, you know what, don't even listen to it. It's a shame that people feel the need to say
But I
it.
tell that to everybody on the staff. I have your backs 110%. You all know that,
Yeah.
and I say that all the time. And you guys reciprocate and do that for me, and
Yeah.
it's appreciated.
I had somebody try to correct me on my grammar on my last article.
I saw that.
And it was actually correct at the beginning, and I never really needed to change it, but it was like a typo. Like
I
in my head,
asked.
I'm like going, and I'm like, da 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 da. And I think I just like forgot the word have in my head, but at the same time, it still worked without the word have. Anyway,
You know
that's
what's
besides
great?
the point.
It's human
Did you
and
murder?
it's not
Did
AI.
you murder someone?
No,
Okay.
I took it to whatever because this is where I want to
saw
say
this comment. I was so
somebody like came to my defense and they told the person that they look like they hold their fist with a
Their pencil with their fist.
Their
Or
pencil
their
with-
fork with their fist.
Yeah, they look like they hold their fork with their fist.
Which-
and I laughed.
I don't know what
at,
that means,
I don't
but
know
that's
either,
funny.
but
It's
I laughed
Neanderthal.
at
It's
it.
really Neanderthal.
Okay.
And I probably shouldn't have laughed at that because that was going
It's-
across a physical
No, but
thing,
then it's
and
like
I just said
it's like you're not taking the high ground. Because here's what I would have said.
nothing.
In a world of AI, I am writing something that is truly human.
Yeah,
and I
sorry-
forgive myself
Sorry,
for
my AI didn't.
I'm
catch that
forgiving
because I
myself
didn't
for not
use it.
remembering the word have. Here's the thing. Why don't you go
He had,
you know what I'm
he
saying?
said something about a publican, like in
Yeah, it
a
was a
professional
publican.
publican.
I'd never heard that
In a
word
professional
before.
publican, I go, what's a publican? I knew what a publican was because
I wanted to post a gif of a
because I looked
pelican.
it up, which was, you know, a bar owner or manager, which technically I'm not one of those, and I don't
Pretty
really know
close.
what that has to do with my typos. But you know, when you're talking about somebody's typo and you want to say something, maybe you should have.
But see, here's
it
the thing.
out
People are idiots.
yourself. I think the word he was looking for was
Publication.
publication.
I think so too. Yes.
Yeah, but we take the high road around here.
Well, anyway.
Obviously.
Oh my gosh, we could just talk about this all day long.
Obviously. And on that
We
note,
want to thank you all for joining us in Studio 4B today.
Beautiful downtown
Town Quincy.
from Studio
4B. Yeah, that's our new
Hi,
thing.
that was good.
Gotta open that up.
do you
That's
think?
got to be a thing now.
Hey, thank you all for watching. We know we go off on tangents, but this
Thanks
was a
for
really important conversation.
Coming to our new house and new room in our house anyway, and we appreciate it. And again, thank you all for watching, reading, and supporting your locally owned news, and we'll see you next week.
cheers.
I feel like I was